Moving on from question 6 to question 7 of logical reasoning drill set number 4 over at lawhub.lsac.org, we've got our yellow highlight tool ready to go as we engage with the question stem to identify what it is we are being asked to do. So we read question 7. The conclusion of the argument follows logically if which one of the following is assumed. So I'm going to highlight the word assume because we are going to be looking at an assumption test. So we need to find something that must be true to believe whatever the conclusion is. So we're going to read the statements in the left-hand side of the screen, and we read laws that are unenforceable should be repealed. Okay, that's going to be our conclusion almost always because of this word should. I am being a little assertive to highlight this proactively without reading the rest of it, but 9 times out of 10, if not 97 times out of 100, if you've got a recommendation indicated by the word should, that's going to be your conclusion. So the conclusion states laws that are unenforceable should be repealed. After all, a law carries no threat of punishment if it is unenforceable, and clearly ineffective laws should be repealed. Okay, this is dense all of a sudden. And when this happens, you might want to highlight the individual statements so that you can track the relationship between terms and conditions without needing to diagram conditional reasoning on your scratch paper because it just really is inefficient in the digital era of the LSAT. So we're going to highlight a law carries no threat of punishment if it is enforced, if it is unenforceable. And then in a different color, we're going to highlight ineffective laws should be repealed. So we've got to think about how we get to that opening conclusion in yellow that laws that are unenforceable should be repealed. And we've got the pink statement that says a law carries no threat of punishment if it is unenforceable. So we can think about this in conditional terms that if a law is unenforceable, then it has no threat of punishment. And we're then saying that this also means it's ineffective. So I'm going to need to link the terms in pink to the term in orange to lead to the conclusion in yellow. So I'm looking for something that links this idea of unenforceability through punishment to ineffectiveness. So choice A, any law that is effective carries the threat of punishment. Okay, these are definitely terms that are related to what we've highlighted in our individual statements. So let's leave choice A open for now. Then we've got choice B. Only laws that are effective are enforceable. Well, we actually have a condition about unenforceability, not about effectiveness. So our condition is off here. When we say only laws that are effective are enforceable, that means that if it's enforceable, it's effective. But we don't have that link in the paragraph on the left. So choice B we can eliminate as just being a misordering of the statements that we've highlighted carefully in yellow, pink, and orange on the left. Then choice C, no law that carries the threat of punishment should be repealed. No law. Like what? No, we're talking about laws that should be repealed. So this is going to be an incorrect negation that goes too far. So when we see this no law that carries the threat of punishment should be repealed, I know we're concerned only with the ones that should be repealed. So the fact that we're going to what shouldn't be repealed is going to be something that's outside of the construct of this argument. So we can eliminate choice C for that reason. And then choice D, every law that is both unenforceable and ineffective. We're not needing both, so we can eliminate choice D for that reason. And then choice E, we've got no law that is effective should be repealed. Well, again, this goes too far. We're not talking about all laws that are effective. We're talking about ineffective laws. So we can eliminate choice E. So let's break down what choice A is actually doing mentally to connect all of these statements. So a law that is effective carries the threat of punishment. Well, if we were to actually negate this, and we can use that negation test for assumption tasks only, it makes this whole thing nonsensical. And even though the negation is kind of absurd, it does prove the necessity of this statement. So if we said any law that is effective does not carry the threat of punishment, well, we know that we've got something that has no threat of punishment. It's actually effective, it's not ineffective. So this, upon negation, proves that it is our assumption at the outset. So we can see how you can work through a very dense, very short, very technical argument using multiple colors of highlights, and then use the negation test to prove out the only statement that is really clearly relevant as required or necessary to be assumed. Thank you for watching this logical reasoning drill set number 4 explanation video from the content over at lawhub.lsac.org. If you enjoyed the tips it contained, please consider liking the video or subscribing to our channel so that you'll be notified when additional videos are produced by my guru. Also, check out the description below because in it you'll find additional links that will help you as you continue your LSAT journey, including links to full sets of full prep test explanations produced by my guru. And remember that while you're preparing for the LSAT, it's supposed to be hard.